We're at the farm show and we're going to talk about mushrooms. We're with Dylan. Dylan, what's your position?
I'm a growing assistant with the Mushroom Farmers of Pennsylvania.
I love mushrooms. There's so many different types.
Oh yes, they are. There are many different varieties of mushrooms, probably hundreds of varieties. But today we're going to talk about mushrooms that you eat.
Absolutely. Tell us more.
So we are actually Pennsylvania's #1 cash crop. Not only that, but we are one of the most sustainably produced products in the U.S.
Explain that.
So just to talk a little more about sustainability, 1 acre can produce 1 million pounds of mushrooms. So mushrooms are require a fairly small amount of space to grow. Not only that, but 1 pound of mushrooms only requires 1.8 gallons of water.
So really, how do you grow mushrooms?
Well, there's a lot to it, and it actually has become an exact science. The industry has really seen a transformation. We have made so many advancements with the assistance of Penn State, and not only that, but there have been many trailblazers and just many people who have made advancements in the industry.
Are there myths about how you grow mushrooms?
Yeah, there are some myths. Some people will say, oh, well, you can grow them in a cave, or you grow them on cow patties. But the mushrooms we grow are comprised of many different substrates and ingredients that go into those substrates to produce a mushroom.
Okay, so if we are finding out where they are being produced, what are we going to see?
So what you're going to see is you're going to see long, almost like houses. They're called houses, especially in Chester County, in Kennett Square, the mushroom capital of the world. Just a little over 50 farms responsible for just about 60% of all the mushroom production.
Wow.
You'll find just loads of many houses, and once you go inside, though, you'll find cooler, darker, moist environments, because as you know, mushrooms are a fungus and they do require the dark to grow. There is a light aspect that goes into growing them, though.
Okay, and what do we need to know about that?
So what you would need to know is that for the most part, mushrooms do grow in the dark, and then once we get to the harvesting, and even a little bit before then, we do introduce some light. And growers are very hands-on and very involved because there are a lot of variables that go into mushroom growing. You'll find that air temperature, moisture, humidity, a lot of things. We could even talk about some of the mushrooms over here.
I think we should. Do tell us about the varieties.
So what you see up here, we have up top we have the exotic mushrooms, and then over here on the bottom you have your more conventional. But let's start up top. Over here we have the Shiitake, a very common and exotic mushroom here. What you're seeing it grow on is its natural substrate, a red oak sawdust log, along with sterilized other ingredients. And what you're seeing is how they would normally grow in the commercial setting. And all of the mushrooms are hand-picked. And not only that, but they go through a rigorous quality inspection. Another type of mushroom you see here are the royal trumpets, also known as the king oyster mushrooms. A lot of these mushrooms require very humid environments to grow in, and various other things are controlled. One of our favorites, and a lot of favorites for the kids, is the pom-pom mushroom. It's a very spongy mushroom, and a lot of kids will love to come up and just feel it. One of probably the more common exotic mushrooms are the gray oyster and the yellow oyster. A lot of people will say, well, are they coral mushrooms? Do you find them underwater? No, you don't find them underwater, but the name can be sometimes lead you on, but more exotic mushrooms. You see on the bottom here is white button and brown button mushrooms. Now, what's interesting is that a mushroom will double in size every 24 hours.
Double in size every 24 hours?
A mushroom doubles in size every 24 hours. So the mushrooms you see here, tomorrow, if you were to come back at the same time, they would double in size. So they require their fast growing cycle and a harvesting cycle to get them from the farm to your table.
Wow. So if we talk about mushrooms and what they do and how they enhance other dishes, how would you describe what they bring to the table?
So first we can talk about enhancing your meal. A big thing that we're pushing right now in the industry is blendability, and that's blending mushrooms with other household things, other household foods that you would normally eat. One that we're doing right now is mushrooms and beef. One of the things we have is the blended burger. It's a burger that has half the calories, half the fats, but it's still 100% delicious. You're going to find not only is it delicious and it's better for you, it's better for the environment. Because we're using less beef, we're using less water for those cows, and we're using a more sustainable product, which is mushrooms. Mushrooms have what is called umami, and that is something that our mushrooms are very known for to give it that taste. And different mushrooms, for example, the portobello has a meatier flavor, so a lot of people like to put portobellos on steaks. Pom-poms are a very absorbent mushroom, and a lot of people will use them in soups because they just soak up whatever you do, whatever you put them in. I personally, when I have people over, I'll take oysters, I'll put them in a frying pan, and I'll make oyster chips. Put them in a frying pan, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of salt. Makes for a great appetizer.
Yeah. Mushroom is just good on its own too, right?
Oh, they definitely are. Here at the farm show, at our mushroom farm booth, you can buy an actual portobello burger, a portobello cap on a burger. An interesting benefit that mushrooms have is protein, especially the portobello, rich in protein, and you'll find that a lot of vegetarians will use portobello mushrooms as a protein substitute to get their daily requirement of protein.
Is there anything about the mushroom that we haven't asked that you think we should really know before we wrap up?
Well, we are Pennsylvania's #1 cash crop. We also, going back to sustainability, a lot of the byproducts are reusable. Mushrooms, the byproducts that we use after, you can reuse in your garden. We help keep over 230,000 acres of Pennsylvania farmland in production.
Wow, that's amazing. It really is.
It definitely is. Mushrooms are a good tasting and good for you food.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking time today and talking mushrooms to us.
No problem. Thank you so much.
We're coming to you from the Farm Show.